Is LSU football being slept on this year? Now, what do I mean when I say slept on? Well, let's look at it. Ever since LSU won their last national title back in 2019, which was the greatest college football team of all time, I don't care. But that could be a different video in itself. But ever since 2019, LSU has not made the playoffs. The last time LSU made the playoffs was the year that they won the national championship. However, I don't think people are giving us enough credit this season. Like, you got some people like Josh Pate and people like that who do think LSU could go far, but I don't think they could go far. I think they could go to the moon this season. Because let's look at the facts, right? LSU hired Lane Kiffin to be their new head coach, right? Lane Kiffin was just the head coach at Ole Miss. And Ole Miss went 11-1. Their only loss was to Georgia in the game where they could have won. Okay? And let's also look at the strength of the SEC. Does anybody in the SEC really scare you? Like, yes, we do play in the best conference in all of college football. However, LSU has a lot of breathing room. Georgia, they're probably going to be at the top. Alabama's going to be in the mix. Texas, we'll see how Arch Manning does in year number 2. But are any of the teams like LSU can't beat? Because I'll tell you right now, LSU, if they play Texas, which I think we do play Texas next year, I think, that might be a blowout. Because another thing, a lot of people are forgetting, LSU brought in a new quarterback, Sean Leavitt. Sean Leavitt at Arizona State was pretty good at football. And he was at Arizona State. He didn't, come on now. Sean Leavitt had what? 23 TDs and 5 picks or something or that nature. So if Sean Leavitt can get his stuff going. And also another key factor why LSU might be getting slept on, Blake Baker's coming back. A lot of people thought Blake Baker was going to go to Tulane or just be a head coach somewhere else. But no, Lane Kiffin was able to convince him to stay back. So we have our defensive coordinator back who led one of the best defenses in college football last season. We got Charlie Weiss, the former Ole Miss offensive coordinator. And Ole Miss had one of the best offenses in college football last season. Trey'Dez Green is a monster of a tight end. So you know Charlie Weiss is going to utilize him. And also, our offensive line struggled last season. So you know what LSU did? Got the best offensive tackle in the recruiting or in the transfer portal. LSU is being slept on. And if I were you, I'm just saying this. If LSU wins the championship next year, I would not be surprised. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. Coming with the late night. That's why I'm not in my studio right now. But yeah, you can also find me at Hurricane Mike, Kyle Phelps, and Keeping Real Hood Sports Podcast, and at Mikey Newbie, where we'll be talking about God and a lot of stuff like that. And I'll leave you as always as go Tigers, and don't be a Bama fan.